Today our topic is how to stay strong during hard times. Stoic wisdom. Life is not always easy. Sometimes we face challenges that feel too big to handle. We lose jobs, relationships end, we face illness, or we feel lost and alone. During these times, it's easy to feel weak, scared, or hopeless. But Stoic philosophy, an ancient way of thinking, teaches us how to stay strong, even when life feels heavy. Stoicism is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about accepting reality, focusing on what we can control, and finding peace within ourselves. Let's talk about how Stoic wisdom can help us stay strong during hard times. First, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. Life is full of things we cannot change. We cannot control the weather, other people's actions, or the past. But we can control how we respond to these things. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, and some things are not." When we focus on what we can control, we stop wasting energy on things that don't depend on us. For example, if someone is rude to us, we cannot control their behavior. But we can control how we react. We can choose to stay calm, not take their words personally, and walk away if needed. By focusing on what we can control, we feel stronger and more in charge of our lives. Second, Stoicism teaches us to accept reality as it is. Often, we suffer because we fight against reality. We wish things were different. We think, "Why is this happening to me?" Or, "This isn't fair." But the truth is, life is not always fair, and bad things happen to everyone. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realizes this and you will find strength. When we accept reality, we stop resisting it. This doesn't mean we give up or stop trying to improve our lives. It means we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change. For example, if we lose a job, we can accept that it happened and focus on finding a new one, instead of spending days feeling angry or sad. Acceptance gives us peace and helps us move forward. Third, Stoicism teaches us to see challenges as opportunities. Hard times are not just problems, they are chances to grow. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When we face challenges, we learn new skills, become more patient, and discover how strong we really are. For example, if we go through a difficult breakup, we might learn more about ourselves, what we want in a relationship, and how to be independent. Instead of seeing hard times as something to avoid, we can see them as opportunities to become better, wiser, and stronger. Fourth, Stoicism teaches us to practice gratitude. Even in hard times, there are always things to be thankful for. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "He's a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." When we focus on what we have, instead of what we lack, we feel more content and positive. For example, if we lose a job, we can be grateful for our health, our family, or the skills we have to find a new job. Gratitude doesn't make our problems disappear, but it helps us see the good in our lives, even when things are tough. Fifth, Stoicism teaches us to prepare for hard times. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will come. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "The wise man thinks about trouble in advance." This doesn't mean we should live in fear or expect the worst. It means we should be ready for anything. We can do this by building strong habits, saving money, taking care of our health, and learning new skills. For example, if we save money, we will feel less stressed if we lose a job. If we take care of our health, we will be stronger if we face illness. By preparing for hard times, we feel more confident and less afraid. Sixth, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment. Often, we suffer because we think too much about the past or the future. We regret things we did, or we worry about what might happen. But the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not disturb yourself by thinking about your whole life. Do not let your thoughts dwell on all the troubles that may or may not come. Instead, ask yourself, what is there in this moment that I cannot bear?" When we focus on the present, we realize that most of our fears and worries are not real. They are only in our minds. For example, if we are worried about a meeting at work, we can remind ourselves that the meeting is not happening right now. Right now, we are safe and okay. By staying in the present, we feel calmer and more in control. Seventh, Stoicism teaches us to be kind to ourselves. When we face hard times, we often blame ourselves or feel like we are not good enough. But the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means we must treat ourselves with the same kindness and respect we give to others. For example, if we make a mistake, instead of being harsh, we can remind ourselves that everyone makes mistakes. We can learn from it and try again. Being kind to ourselves helps us stay strong and keep going, even when things are hard. Eighth, Stoicism teaches us to remember that nothing lasts forever. Hard times, like good times, will pass. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is remembered." This means that everything in life is temporary. Pain, sadness, and fear will not last forever. When we remember this, we feel less overwhelmed by our problems. For example, if we are going through a tough time, we can remind ourselves that it is only a season of life. It will not last forever. This gives us hope and helps us keep going. Ninth, Stoicism teaches us to find meaning in suffering. Suffering is part of life, but it is not meaningless. The Stoic philosopher Viktor Frankl, who survived a concentration camp, said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This means that even in the worst situations, we can find meaning and grow as people. For example, if we lose someone we love, we can honor their memory by living a good life and helping others. By finding meaning in our suffering, we turn pain into something valuable. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to stay humble and connected to others. We are not alone in our struggles. Everyone faces challenges, and we can learn from each other. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." When we help others, we feel stronger and more purposeful. For example, if we are going through a hard time, we can talk to a friend or help someone who is also struggling. By staying connected to others, we realize that we are not alone, and we feel more supported. In conclusion, Stoic wisdom teaches us many ways to stay strong during hard times. We can focus on what we can control, accept reality, see challenges as opportunities, practice gratitude, prepare for hard times, focus on the present, be kind to ourselves, remember that nothing lasts forever, find meaning in suffering, and stay connected to others. These lessons do not make life easy, but they help us face it with courage, peace, and strength. Life will always have ups and downs, but with Stoic wisdom, we can stay strong no matter what happens.